In this video, we're gonna be focusing on a kayak that you motorize with a trolley motor, something like the autopilot from Old Town, or any kayak that you just put a remote control unit in the front. You definitely 100% need a lithium battery, a high quality lithium battery. And let me just tell you why quick. It weighs a lot less than your normal lead acid battery. The difference is night and day. Look, you could be the strongest guy there is. You don't want to be carrying 50, 60, 70 pounds of weight after you come back from your fishing trip, after you caught all those fish. You don't want to be doing that. 100 hour lithium battery is under 30 pounds. And it lasts you probably 3 fishing trips. So you could even downsize to 60, and you're looking like, what, under 20 pounds? And really, a lot of times, that's all you need. On my 250-300, I use a 60 hour, and I have been to the Everglades. I've been using trolling motor all the time, and never exhausted that battery. Even here on this kayak, which is the main source of propulsion, a 60 hour, I mean, I only drained it one time in it because I was testing it. If you manage it, it's gonna last you the whole fishing trip. Now, if you go ashore, you're gonna be fishing 3 to 4 miles an hour current. Yeah, you need more than that. You need probably 160 hours. Let's talk about lithium battery companies. There's like a new one every day. That's why I decided to work with Amp Outdoors lithium battery, because it's been around for a long time, and my batteries, they're still going. Even the old ones, the original ones, are still going. They last for a long time. You get a lot of hate on lithium batteries from people saying that it's bad and all this stuff. They don't realize that they have maybe 3 or 4 lithium batteries in their pocket at all times when they carry their cell phones or speakers or whatever. That's a lithium battery, you know. So if you trust that, then why not trust it on your boat? And talking about trust, yeah, get an Amp Outdoors lithium battery. The second thing is definitely a must. If you have any kind of motors, always carry a spare prop and a spare shear pin, because things are gonna break. A lot of times you don't use this thing for a whole year because whatever, then you use it, and then that's when things happen. That's when the rust got in there, when things just break. So it's always good to have a backup prop, backup shear pin. But not only that, you should have a way to remove said pin easily from there, because I mean, if you don't have the right tools, you're not gonna be able to replace your prop underwater. You just won't be able to. So get a little pin thing that you could tap it through, kind of like a first aid kit for your motor. Actually, that's gonna be another tip that I'm gonna talk about here, but like, just be ready, have spare parts. And talking about spare parts, people hate this thing, but it removes water. A lot of times you cannot make a good connection between your electronics and your plugs and everything. Having WD-40 could save yourself from having to paddle back a long way. So always carry some kind of WD-40 or your favorite product that removes water from electrical connections. So that thing has saved me a lot of times. It gets dirty, blast it, clean it up. That weather looks weird. Get all those stuff. Maybe get a little tiny WD-40 or whatever thing you want to use. Get the tools that you need to fix your motor if something happens. Get zip ties, get the spare prop, the shear pin, all that stuff, and put it in a little bag and call it motor first aid kit. This next tips, it could actually work on any boat, really. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about fishing. A lot of times it gets shallow and you still want to be using that trolling motor. I mean, don't mess up the grass, okay? And this is where the tip comes in. This boat, if you sit on the back, it's gonna raise the prop. By raising the prop, it's gonna make it able to work in shallow water. So if you're sitting here where I am, or you stand up, the boat is gonna dig in, down. It's gonna make it that prop is gonna be touching the floor. If you sit on the back on my black pack or whatever, or you just stand on the back, the boat is gonna do this, and you're gonna be able to fish shallow water. And I do that all the time with this boat and my 250-300, and it just works. And I figure, I mean, if you have like a micro skiff, well, depending how big it is, it should be the same. Always do regular maintenance on your kayak, on your boat. Check the plugs before, like once in a while. Make sure that you still have a solid connection. If something doesn't look good, just don't assume it's gonna last longer than one trip. Just replace it, because the last thing you want is just be stranded. Be prepared, check everything once in a while, regular scheduled maintenance. Like when you change your oil, do the same for your boat. Another tip that I have is, well, shouldn't be much of a tip, right? Clean it up after you come back from a fishing trip. Clean it up, put it away. Yeah, I had one of these on long ago on a Frontier 12, but like I'm trying to get used to fishing with this yak attack command bar right here in the middle. The idea that I had was kind of like help back everything here. Rod holder, you put the thing down, cup holder for the burbage, even maybe put something for the remote, kind of like stand up command bar fishing. I'm getting used to it right now. So another tip is to actually use your boat's abilities. I mean, your trolling motor has autopilot, spot lock, remote control. Stand up and fish. Like, don't sit on your seat and just do nothing. Just stand up, look to see if you see any fish around, just explore the area, look ahead, and actually, oh man, I got him. Let it go, and then it went for it again. Use your boat's abilities. See what I mean? I just put this thing in autopilot and spot lock, and now I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna grab this fish. And that's how you do it, guys. Stand up, breathe, let the motor take you places, fish, learn the waters, catch a fish for dinner, catch the most hated fish in Miami, probably, maybe the world. They call it stinky cudas. Stinky cuda go into the cooler. Oh boy. Whenever you're fishing for cudas or snooks, always check your leader after you catch one, because look at this thing. My God, it got an old nasty 5. Look at that. Old shootout. Shark, snooks, cudas, even I would say even trout, retie, because know where you're fishing. Know the areas where you're gonna be fishing. If you know that it gets really shallow, look at the tides before you go there and come up with a game plan. Like right now, I know that I'm getting close to Chicken Key, very close, and I know that it's gonna get very shallow over there. And I'm kind of feeling lazy today. I don't know if you notice. I'm doing lazy fishing. We're on the lazy kayak, guys. You know what that means? It means one thing and one thing only. Paddles are not allowed to be touched. Oh shoot, I just broke the law. Damn it. I just broke the no paddle allowed law. But anyways, I noticed I'm gonna get really shallow right now. So why get where I need to be when I hit the shallow water? Why not just already be here, already have that mindset, so I don't have to like just be changing position when something actually happens. So plan ahead, plan your routes, plan your trip, and you'll be a happier camper. And also when you plan, dude, just make sure that you're flexible, because nothing ever goes according to plan. Like nothing ever goes according to plan. I didn't plan catching that cuda that you saw me catch, as I was telling you. Take advantage of your boat's fishers, like actually use them. And I'm gonna go back to that because it's very important. Use the stuff, man. Remember why you got the motor in the first place? Because you wanted to explore areas that were really far away from you, out of the reach of your pedal or your paddle. Do it. The next step that I have for you is backup. And backup in general, not just backup and like having a spare prop for your motor or having a spare battery, but like have a backup plan, have a safety plan. Have just multiple things, like right here on this kayak. Well, not today, but normally I will have the trolling motor, an outboard, and the paddle. That's 3 forms of propulsion. The odds of all those forms failing are very low, although if you're me, they're kind of pretty high, I would say, to tell you the truth. Because it's me. But like, have a plan. Take your paddle with you always. Know how to paddle properly. Take a spare 2 motors on your boat instead of 1, if you can, if it's possible. Or better yet, if you have a PDL drive, motorize that thing, right? And then you have the drive, you got the paddle, and you got the motor. Backup plans. So what happens if you go to this place and all of a sudden it's raining and it's horrible and whatever? Where are you gonna camp out, right? What happens if you go somewhere and something bad happens? Like, tell your family where you are. Maybe share your location for the next 40 hours if you're going somewhere that could be dangerous with a loved one, so they know exactly where you are. So look, we're not perfect humans. There have been a lot of people that have died because they just didn't take care of having a backup plan, of getting to know the areas where they're going, at least electronically before they go, or going with a friend, or even as simple as wearing a PFD. So have a backup plan for safety, for your boat, for the trip, for everything. I think that's one of the biggest tips that I can give you right now. So guys, I know that I didn't cover all the tips in this video because it would be impossible. So I need a favor from you. Oh damn, I lost a cuda right there. Go ahead and comment down below in the description. Tell me the tips that you have for the people in general. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pin the best comment. I'm gonna pin it. So that's the first comment people see when they click on this video. And if you have like a cool story you want to share, but maybe you don't want to share online, you can always email me. Show me your rig, how you rig up your kayak, your motorized boat, or whatever. My email is down below.